Hey guys, it's Joe of the Joe Madden Sports Podcast. I'm joined this afternoon by Alex. Now, Alex, you've got so much going on. You're a content creator intern for Sports Grid and Sports
Yep.
Grid TV. You are also the host and creator of Couchside Sports. How's your day treating you so far?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a good weekend. We had some good picks. I had a perfect day, I think, on Saturday. So we made some good money this weekend, and I'm looking forward to this week. I like the slate of games.
Awesome. Now, Alex, how did you get into the industry and what do you love about it?
I've been gambling for a few years now, and I consider myself pretty good at it. And I've been studying digital media and creating content since I was in high school. I was doing my school's TV station, doing the sports desk. So I thought I'd combine the two. And honestly, I met a lot of great people through the community so far. I've only been doing it for about like a month and a half or so. But I've met some awesome people on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. This handicapper community has been actually really awesome. Something that surprised me.
That is great to hear. Now, we've got some great games today. The NBA playoffs have been something else. We've seen some major blowouts in some of these games. What are you liking tonight with the Heat and the Boston Celtics?
Yeah, the NBA playoffs have been weird. I feel like every day we see some more injuries, and then there's another team that's up like 25 plus at half or something crazy like that. But sometimes, like the recent games, the Warrior game a couple nights ago, and the most recent Heat Celtics game, they get close at the end, and that's exactly what I'm expecting tonight. The Celtics season is on the line tonight. They can't afford to go down 3-1. They can't lose both games in the Boston Garden, one of the most iconic arenas in sports. I'm not saying they lose tonight, but 7 is a really big spread to cover in a playoff game when a team, the Miami Heat, might be smelling some blood in the water like a shark, can realize, hey, maybe we can go up 3-1 here and may really, take control of this series. They're looking at the Western Conference. The Golden State Warriors are up 3-0 right now on the Dallas Mavericks. This Miami Heat team is going to want to have as much rest as possible going up against Steph Curry in a potential finals matchup. And the Celtics obviously need to win to keep their season alive. They can't go down 3-1. And because of that, I think both teams bring their A game. I think we're going to have a really another low-scoring defensive game. I almost took the under here, but I think there's a chance this game goes to overtime, so I stayed away from it. But I think the Heat +7 is the play tonight. I think no Tyler Hero tonight means they're going to have to double down on defense. Victor Oladipo will now get some time in the first half, not just the second half like last game. He had 4 steals. And I think the Heat bring their A game defensively. I'm so excited for this game tonight.
Could you see them winning it straight up?
I've thought about it. A little bit closer to tip off, I might sprinkle a little bit, man, but I got to see what happens with Marcus Smart. He's coming off a bad ankle sprain, and I think he's still listed as questionable. I know Jimmy Butler's listed as questionable. I guarantee you he plays tonight. He's 100% playing. No Hero is kind of big for me because usually one game a series, Tyler Hero decides I'm going to drop 30 plus a game, and this is going to be the reason why we win. He hasn't done that this series yet. Usually that comes at home. Now, I didn't know he was actually hurt. He had a quad injury apparently. Last game it was either quad or groin, and maybe that's why he was playing so poorly. But I gotta see Marcus. If Marcus Smart is out tonight for the Boston Celtics, I could really see the Heat pulling off an upset win tonight in Boston because Marcus Smart's their facilitator. He's their true point guard. He's the one who sets up the offense, and we see when Tatum and Jaylen Brown handle the ball, maybe do a little bit too much, it leads to a lot of turnovers.
Okay, for this one to go to overtime, pretty nice bet there. Pretty nice plus money at plus 1,500. I think that's worth a sprinkle. What do you think?
I am actually, now that I hear that line out loud, I am 100% going to sprinkle on this game going to overtime. We haven't had an overtime playoff game in a little bit now for the NBA. Maybe tonight. That's the first one. Again, these teams are really evenly matched up. They both pride themselves on defense. I could see low scoring. It's going to be hard to get buckets tonight. Jaylen Brown's coming off a 40-point game, so the Heat are really going to lock in on him. If Tatum can't get something going, man, it's going to be a low-scoring game, and it's going to be hard for the Heat to get buckets tonight. The Celtics are going to bring their A game on defense. You already know Ime Udoka has those guys ready, focused, locked in. For the Celtics to lose 2 straight games at home would be a very, very bad look. So I'd be surprised, but an overtime game, that's exactly what these teams could be looking for, especially as a defensive matchup.
Okay, I'm going to go sprinkle as soon as we're off here at that plus 1,500. I can't say no to that. I love the plus money. Any props that you were looking at for this game? Any player props?
Yeah, I am looking at a little bit of player props. I don't know where some people are seeing it, but I see PJ Tucker over 1.5 threes a lot at -110. PJ Tucker lives in the corner 3. He stands. It's his move. It's where he goes on the offensive side of the floor. And without Tyler Hero, I'm expecting a lot of drive and kick from Miami. That's kind of what was working last game when they couldn't really get someone to create their own shot. They try to post up with Bam or post up with Jimmy, and eventually someone kicks out to a shooter. With no Hero tonight, they're going to look at some other shooters. I think Duncan Robinson can get some minutes. Depot isn't the greatest three-point shooter in the world. PJ Tucker lurking in the corner. I could see him hitting 2 threes tonight. I think some books have it around -110 over 1.5. So I love PJ Tucker over 3 points tonight, or over 1.5 threes. Excuse me. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay, I can get behind that. Anything that you're looking at in the MLB tonight before we let you go here, Alex?
Yeah, I got a 2-team MLB parlay that comes out to +190 tonight, and that's 2 of the hottest offenses in baseball, the Dodgers and the Yankees. I unfortunately had the Dodgers money line last night when Max Muncy unfortunately had that error at second base, but it's behind us. Not going to hold it against him. He's a great player. I think the Dodgers come in today, hit the cover off the ball, win and cover against the Washington Nationals, and then the second leg of the parlay is the Yankees to cover at home against the Baltimore Orioles with Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. That seems like a lock to me. You combine those two, that's +190. I threw a couple units into that this morning.
Okay, yeah, I like it there, especially with Garrett Cole coming up for the Yankees. We know how much he's going to make the Baltimore Orioles pay tonight for sure. Okay, so how much did that pay out again? +190 for the two combined?
+190 for the 2-team parlay for both of those teams to cover. I think the Yankees -1.5 was -150, and then the Dodgers was -135. So +190. I liked it a lot. I was surprised at the number. I thought it'd be a little bit more, especially with the Yankees. The Yankees have been incredible all year, especially in the Bronx when they're playing at Yankee Stadium. They are a tough team to beat, and they're honestly a tough team to not lose to multiple against with how hot Judge has been this year, Stanton as well. Even Joey Gallo the last month of the year has actually figured out how to hit a baseball again, which has been really encouraging to see if you're a Yankee fan. So give me the Yankees today to win and cover. The Orioles are just unfortunately still not there, still a few years away.
Absolutely. And they completely struggle in New York. They've only won 20 of the last 65 meetings in New York. Yep. Really hard for anyone to get behind them today unless you are just praying on your knees for them to get the win there. But I don't see it happening either, Alex.
Yeah. But Garrett Cole as well. I looked at his strikeout prop. I don't know where it's at, but I think he's had a strong start. He had a slow start. I think the first 2 starts he had an ERA over 5, and since then he's been on his A game. He pitches a lot better in Yankee Stadium than he does away from it. I think the Yankees could win big today. I almost took their -2.5 as well, maybe even a light sprinkle on that. I think at +130 or something like that was -2.5. I might even sprinkle on that before first pitch.
Okay, well, all the best in those bets tonight and all the bets you have going on. Can you remind everyone where to find you on socials and what you have going on and what time your show does air?
Yeah, so I'm bringing back my podcast. It's going to be Couchside Sports. I'm going to be doing a daily sports betting podcast. We'll be getting picks, bringing on some guests, things like that. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, it's at AMASOnSports. And I give some daily picks there. You can see my reactions. You can see me freak out, like when Max Muncy has a unfortunate error at second base, or you can see me freak out when the Diamondbacks come back from 5 runs down in the 7th. Either way.
I don't know if people would want to see me freak out when I am losing a game. It's not pretty. I have to warn my neighbor.
I'm screaming. I don't know about you, but I'm screaming at the television. I'm jumping up and down. It's a fun time, but it's stressful. But, when the bets hit, there's no better feeling in the world.
Absolutely. You got to love that rush. Alex, thank you so much for joining me here. You guys make sure you go give him a follow on his socials. The link or the tag is also running in the bottom here for you guys to follow him. Alex, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight and in all of your bets, and we'll have you back here shortly soon.
You as well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You guys, I'll be back shortly with